On Friday, I was at office around 1 p.m. I was called at my mom. I just given up the ghosts. I drove to Unity like a madman. When I got there, I was sobbing like a baby. I carried her in my body. She was stiff. She was stiff. And I was sobbing like a baby. And I wish that a miracle would just happen and that she was going to open her eyes. She didn't. My God, I cried. I prayed. I shouted. She didn't. And lo and behold, my mom was gone just like that. And the whole thing changed. The naming ceremony cancelled. And as if that was not enough, my P was discharged on, I think, Tuesday. Then was asked to come back to hospital on Thursday for checkup. That Thursday that I carried my mother there, that was when she went for checkup. When she got to the hospital, she was told that Praise had done this and that they need to admit her. So Praise was admitted in hospital again, and they said it's very serious. So they have to place her on the machine. And that machine, the reason is because that light will be shining on her so that she can excrete all the jaundice out of her. And the more she excretes, the less chance we have at her survival. Until that thing cleared quickly. So she was dead. So while my mom was dead, my wife and baby again that I just have were in the hospital. So I was confused. I almost lost it. I remember somebody came and saw me crying and said, "You are a pastor now. You are a pastor." You know, people expect pastor to be an angel. People expect pastor to be God. They don't believe that pastor can have problem. And this is one of the problems some pastors have. Because of how they presented themselves to people. They present themselves to people as gods. So that when they have problem, people think we don't need to help them. They can do it. And so I cried. And on Saturday, my mom was buried. We buried her immediately on Saturday. Because I can't just cope looking at that. And so on Monday, it's time. Praise was still in hospital. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, I came to church. But I didn't preach. I sat down. Now, on Sunday, she was there. On Monday, naming ceremony. So we went to hospital to name her. They brought her out of the machine. And we were to name her in the hospital. And that Simon came to name her. That the Simon said that her name will be Eniton. But before then, God has told me. I asked God because I was actually believing God that I was going to have a boy as my first child. And the name has been given to me already. That my first child was going to be David. Someone in whom the spirit of praise rests. David. Are you following what I'm saying? Now, but this time around, the baby came as a girl. And so I had no name again. I was confused. But right in the midst of that confusion, right in the midst of everything I have lost, I said, God, what will be the name of this girl that I just gave birth to? I cannot call her David, but some people would have changed it to Davis. Abi? Davis. Since she's a girl. So God, what is the name? This is a girl. What is the name? And God said, Praise. I said, Praise. Praise. He said, yes. Praise me in the midst of your challenges. If you don't know the meaning of praise, that's the meaning of praise. That's how praise my daughter came to be. God said, our name shall be praised. Praise me in the midst of your challenges. It was hard. Praise me in the midst of your situation. I know it's awful. I know it's wrong. And right now you don't even understand either your daughter will survive or not. But yet, in the midst of that pain, praise me. So I told that Simon, her name shall be called Praise. And the moment she was called Praise, I got a revelation that praise was the consolation I had in the midst of my trouble. So I was no longer burdened like I was. I was no longer that sad, being pressed down with my situation like I was before that name. The moment that was said to me, I realized what I'm supposed to be doing is to praise God in the midst of my situation. What you are supposed to be doing in unsure time, in turbulent time, is to praise God. If the devil can get you to the point that you deny God in the midst of your challenges, the devil has gotten the victory over your life.